How's it going? It's all the news all the time, and very interesting little subject we're going to look at coming up, which is the tattoos of Captain Jack Sparrow. Now, this isn't a tattoo on Captain Jack Sparrow, it is a tattoo of Captain Jack Sparrow on someone else. I just liked it because it was pretty freaking awesome. In other news, we're going to do a giveaway today, and if you would like to win a copy of the album, Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp album, which I've got in my hand right here, it's the 18 album, and it's got 13 tracks on it. This one's got a sticker on the front that says features new recordings by Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp, including Caroline No, Death and Resurrection Show. This is a song from Miss Hedy Lamarr, and Ooh Baby Baby, which sounds like Justin Bieber. So if you want to win a copy of the Jeff Beck CD, all you've got to do is press like and subscribe, and then write in the comments a little comment about Johnny Depp. That'd be good, and I will randomly pick one out next week, and then I will send this here CD off to you if you're the lucky winner. Alright, so let's have a look at Captain Jack's tattoos. Just before we do that, we're going to have a word from our sponsor. I can't believe we've got a sponsor, but we've got a channel sponsor, 80s Tees. It's 80s Tees. You can get yourself a lovely t-shirt from 80s Tees. We got this one's from Johnny Depp. You can get Crybaby, Edward Scissorhands. You got like a full costume here. Nightmare on Elm Street, brilliant. You've got all these things. Crybaby. There's 80s movies. There's all the t-shirts you want. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, pick up a t-shirt. Talk to me, because I love that one. And yeah, that'd be fantastic. And there's $100 and more. You get free worldwide shipping, so you can have this sent to you. You could be walking around saving Ferris because he needs help. It makes me laugh, that one. All right, so there you go. Sponsor for the channel. Thank you very much, 80s Tees. So you get yourself a t-shirt, lovely. And now we're looking at this first one, which is the crow on the right hand. We've got this crow here, and Johnny Depp loves the crow. By that we mean the movie, not the bird. So much he tattooed the crow symbol on his right hand. It's to remember the late Brendan Lee, who died while filming The Crow. So yeah, a lot of black and white outline work or line work, not much colour as far as I can tell. Skull and crossbones on the inner bicep of the right arm. Looks like the old Pirates of the Caribbean influence. And then we've got no reason on the right wrist. This, I was reading, relates to a shared tattoo with Marilyn Manson. So there's a lot of connections to Marilyn Manson and the tattoos, which I think is quite interesting. We've got here silence, exile, and cunning. This is often mentioned in his work and in his NFTs and in his art. It comes from a James Joyce quote, which is, I will not serve that in which I no longer believe, whether it calls itself my home, my fatherland, or my church, and I will try to express myself in some mode of life or art as freely as I can, as wholly as I can, using for my defence the only arms I allow myself to use: silence, exile, and cunning. So that comes from James Joyce. So that's the sort of concept and meaning behind it. These are the only weapons he's allowed to use: silence, exile, and cunning. Okay. So we've got this one, quite a notorious one. It says SLIM, Slim, and that was the name he used to call Amber Heard, and he changed that to SCUM, and then it changed again to SCAM with an anarchy symbol, a red anarchy symbol on it. So yeah, you can tell his feelings for her, from slim to scum to scam, scam to scum. Yeah. So yeah, not great. There's a lot of bad blood there. The Comanche shield on the right calf. This is to honour his ancestors, and they were Native Americans. This Gonzo left calf, not a great photo, but quite an interesting image, and that comes from his friend Hunter S. Thompson, who was a Gonzo journalist. We could go into that more. We've got sailor, which is on the right arm. It looks like a portrait of a sailor. Again, black and white, a lot of black and white stuff. We have Betty Sue as a portrait on the left arm. This is the name of his mother. And yeah, so that's and he had that from quite an early age, actually, that one. This one is the guitarist, which was drawn by his son Jack, and it's it's okay. Although if you do look at it, it's only got 4 tuning pegs, so it's a bass. So I'm not sure where we're going with that. We got this, which is the inverted triangle. I was looking at it and trying to work out what was going on, and I thought it was one of these elemental triangles, one of these things: the water, the earth, fire, and the air. I thought it was the earth triangle going down, but it seems to be from the Russian painter Ilya Chaznik, who paints these style of images. So essentially circles with some lines, some blocks. I'm not very good at art and understanding art as such, so I won't really try to work out what's going on there. But yeah, triangles. We've got Lily Rose, nice and simple, nice and logical. We've got No Reason, which we've already mentioned. We've got this Rook tattoo. The Rook tattoo, as far as I know, this is from his uncle or his grandfather, who he used to call Rook, and this is a game of Rook. So it's a Rook playing Rook. It's like 2 layers. We have the classic skeleton key. So it's something to do with one was a skeleton key, because for me when I was a child I thought that a skeleton key could literally open any door, so that if you ever got your hands on a skeleton key you'd be almost unstoppable, no barrier could hold you back. It seemed like an incredible little magical thing. For me now that's what it still represents, so he sees it as a magical weapon to open any door. So that's quite interesting. He ought to look at a YouTube channel called The Lockpicking Lawyer, because that guy can go through literally any door. There's a snake on the right forearm, which is a Native American symbol. There you go. And we've got the classic, it's Jack and it's a sparrow. Jack Sparrow, classic. It's originally a fake tattoo, but then he liked it so much he got inked in real life. I mean, he's not scared of a tattoo gun, this guy. He just, yeah, give me a tattoo, yeah. The Brave on the right arm, this is because he directed a movie called The Brave, and this is an homage to his directorial debut. There's a lot of complicated words there. We've got 3 hearts on the upper left arm, up here. Very nice. They remind me of video games back in the day, like Zelda or something. We've got 3 rectangles on the right hand. He has got a fascination for 3s. He sees 3s as quite an important number. Another tattoo, yeah, another, that's the connection with the number 3. What we've got here is Wind Over the Heaven. These reminded me of South Korean trigrams, so I had a little look at those. These things which are on the South Korean flag, and each of them are tri, as in 3, and they're trigrams. So if we look at this one called Sun, it symbolises wind of a subtle nature, pure and without evil intent, and it's on top of Kion, which symbolises heaven and light, the beginning of the creation of all things. So that's what we seem to have here. We seem to have wind over heaven. There's a lot of other meanings to these symbology, this South Korean trigrams. Breaks is action and no breaks are static. But that's a whole video in itself, just understanding these things. Again, this is matching tattoos with Marilyn Manson. There's a lot of this that goes on. You probably know the Winona Forever, which turned into Wino Forever. So here we have the Winona and then it's Wino. So this little section has been removed with one of those laser remover things. And did you know he was in a relationship? I did. He's got the zigzag left hand on this. So this is on the back, or sorry, on the finger of the left hand. It symbolises, again, Native American culture. It's either that or he's part of the Russian military offence into the Donbass region in the Ukraine. Probably the former. And he's got a question mark on the right leg, and that again matches with some other people, which is quite interesting. No significant information. I mean, it's a question mark. We've got salve ogum on the left arm. Salve, Latin word meaning save. Ogum is an Afro-American deity who's called Ogum. What we know about that, I'm not sure. He got this in Hawaii. So, if anybody knows anything about that, let me know. He's got Les Fleurs du Mal, which is the flowers of bad, but probably the flowers of evil. Yeah, giant skeleton thing on his back. He's got brothers, which is this circly thing, and that's also matching with Marilyn Manson. This one I actually got with Johnny Depp. It says brother on the outside, and my name and his name in the middle of it. Mark Mahoney did it, says Manson. So yeah, very interesting. Betty Sue, which is his mother. He's got 3, again, the number 3 on the left hand. He believes it's a magical number. He once stated it in an interview, everything involves 3 people to make a baby. No, it doesn't. It involves 2 people to make a... That's a whole different thing. So he thinks 3 is a mystical number. 3 is a sort of special number. It's a very creative number. Triangles, Trinity. Yeah, most people think 9 is the magical number. Well, there's a whole concept of 9. If you look at the Golden Bough and the Golden Dawn, they've got a whole ideology about 9s. But yeah, 3s, I see where he's going with that. Man is a giddy thing. This is Shakespearean. Comes from the play Much Ado About Nothing. It's also a line from Mumford and Sons. Well, I think they took it from Shakespeare. And this is a nice drawing from Jack. I've got to say, it's much better than the first one. Don't mean to be rude, Jack, but yeah. So there you go. And that's all his tattoos. Let's have a little reprise. We've got the brother one, Le Fleur du Mal. We've got Salve Ogum. Don't understand that one. We've got question marks with crosses. This might be a map because X marks the spot and question mark means where's the treasure. Not sure. We've got the Z, so he's a member of the Russian offensive. He's not, I'm joking. Winona forever, Wino forever, and yet she loves him dearly. The South Korean trigrams. We have some little boxes, rectangles. We've got 3 hearts. Possibly he likes Zelda quite a lot. The Brave from his film that he directed. Jack Sparrow, because he's Jack Sparrow. A snake, which is nice. Skeleton key, because they open everything. Rook, which is either his grandfather or his uncle. 3, which we know. No Reason, which is to do with Marilyn Manson, but they won't explain what it is, as far as I know. Lily Rose Depp, so that's his daughter. Inverted Triangle, which is Ilya Chaznik. Interesting. A drawing of a bass guitar, and a Betty Sue portrait of mother, and a picture of a sailor. The Gonzo Fist, Hunter S. Thompson. Comanche Shield, the right calf. Slim turned to scum, turned to scam, with an anarchy symbol in red. It's probably, I mean, there are a few colours, but it's one of the rare colours. Silence XL Cunning comes from James Joyce. No Reason, which we've spoken about already. So the skull and crossbones on the in bicep, and the crow from the film The Crow. So there you go. A lot of interesting tattoos, and yeah, very, very interesting. I liked understanding and trying to learn what was going on. And Johnny Depp's got a new tattoo very recently, which is of a broken arrow. This was after the trial, and it seems to be meaning end of war or peace. I've done a previous video on that, so I'll link the video up there if you want to have a look at that. And yeah, very interesting. And the question might be, what has Amber Heard got as in terms of tattoo? Well, she's got 2 tattoos, and one is, as you can see here, it's some Spanish, and it says these words in Spanish. I won't mangle them for you, but when translated it says, I love you as certain dark things are to be loved, in secret between the shadow and the soul. They're saying, isn't that a classic way to love someone as described by the poet? To be honest, it sounds like she comes from Mordor, but okay. And then down here we got a Persian quote, and it says, what does it say? It's in Persian. It says, since the fate of the world is non-existence, since you exist, be merry. Since the fate of the world is non-existence, since you exist, be merry. So if you can sort of break that down, I think it means because the world doesn't really matter, because you're alive, be happy, be merry. To me, that just means Hakuna Matata. It's like, or YOLO. So basically, that's the general meaning I get from that, is because nothing matters, you're alive, be happy. Yeah, YOLO or Hakuna Matata. And this one, as I love you as a certain dark things are to be loved in secret between the shadow and the soul. Yeah, I think she comes from Mordor. That's my general principle there. And the one ring to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them, where in Mordor where the shadows lie. That's my general principle on that. So if you found any of this interesting, press the old like button and subscribe, and leave me a comment which you think is the best tattoo, the worst tattoo, and don't forget to buy some t-shirts, and I will see you guys later.